Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life in TV. I am Poetry. You are here for a brief summary of This Is Us. I've missed the past couple weeks due to a move, due to sickness, due to just not being interested in the show, but I was able to catch up. So I'm just going to give you this brief summary before we have the new episode that's going to air tonight. Last week, we spent a lot of time with the fathers, and we started to see a lot of the breakdown of the family structure. I noticed every time that they have like a common theme throughout more than one character, and Randall is included, Randall's storyline seems to go in a different direction. We have with Toby, with Jack, and with Kevin, all of their relationships and the disconnect that they're having all has to do, well, not all, I'm gonna say Toby and Jack has to do mainly with them being separated due to work. Kevin, however, he moved to LA and to work, to be around his children. His separation is caused by his not being able to co-parent with Madison the way that the way they started out. Randall, on the other hand, his whole father experience has to do with Deja and him not being able to be there for her during her early years of life. Now, last time I did a review on this show, I was talking about, I wonder how Randall and Beth was going to handle how they were going to parent Deja once they found out that she snuck off to Boston. And although we had some moments that they shared, Beth and Randall shared with one another, as far as like the type of emotions and expressions that we'll be going through, I still didn't see that really translate over to Deja. Deja is still allowed to be raising herself without true structure and discipline, in my opinion, all because she's an adopted child. They keep harping on that. She been with y'all for 4 fucking years. How long we gonna keep saying we gotta walk on eggshells with her because she's adopted? Randy, you were adopted too, okay? This is not new. This whole situation is not new. But y'all keep treating her like she's such this delicate flower, and she's basically running over y'all ass. She's not an adult. And one of the things that Beth was saying, that we have to realize that our daughter is an adult now. Just because you have sex as a teenager does not make you an adult. When they said that, I cringed. She's not a fucking adult. She's a child participating in adult behaviors, but that does not make her an adult. That does not make her a woman. Because if that's the case, I was a woman at 9 when I was molested, and somebody took my cherry and I had, you know what I'm saying, there was still sex. That didn't make me an adult. That made me a child who was abused. This right here, this situation makes her a child participating in adult acts that somebody should have actually talked to her about before now. She's 16. Way before now. Y'all should have had that conversation with her. When she started going through a physical change, if there was around 12 when she first got there, 13, 14, 15, that conversation should have been had. When Tess started exploring her sexuality, maybe that was a conversation y'all should have had with Deja too. When Deja really sat down and started seeing Malik, y'all danced around that as well. Y'all should have thought about putting her on birth control then, because he was already a young man that had a child. Okay, all these conversations should have happened with Deja. So the way that they handled that, it just didn't satisfy my desires for what should have went down with Deja. She should have been in more trouble sneaking her ass off to Boston than anything, and telling a lie. Now, the act of having sex, that is something that you want to take with care. I remember when my daughter first told me, but she was already she was in college when she told me. Shocked the shit out of me. And I had to be delicate about the situation, because I didn't want her to feel like, one, that sex is something to be ashamed of, because it's not. It's definitely not. However, there's conversations that need to be had about responsibility. and moving in a responsible way. Because the way that this episode ended made it seem as if Deja was pregnant. That's what it made it seem like to me. Because they had Randall came back and said the reason why he's so hard on her, the way he reacted so badly, is he don't want to see her grow up, because he want to keep her as if she's the same Deja that walked in that door 4 years ago at age 12. And he always wanted to remember her that way. And since, he didn't get those early years, he's trying to hold on to the young Deja so much. She's 16. She's still a child. She's not a fucking adult. She's not. But he told her that she was forbidden going back to Boston to see Malik. Well, shit, she was forbidden in the first damn place. You have to actually say the words. You're forbidden to go to Boston for her to know that she can't go see Malik. She can't take her 16-year-old ass to Malik. How she get the money? They ain't even get no fucking job. Y'all paid for that trip, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, nobody called Tiffany mama. And Tiffany helped us set this shit up, or she just flat out lied on Tiffany altogether. Nobody really wants to discuss the fucking lies. Even though Randall said that the lie was something that he was really like, that really got to him. That ain't what he wanted to discuss. He just wanted to discuss her being a woman. But she said something along the lines of that when she said she can't go see Malik, she was like, well, that's gonna be a problem. I was like, here we go. He turned around, looked at her, and they ended their scene right there. And I was like, she's pregnant. Lord Jesus, the child pregnant. What you mean that's gonna be a problem? Because like I said, I didn't see any condom. They didn't make any reference to it. They don't all the time. But being that Malik is a child father, that's something of a hot topic. Why we ain't having this discussion? Why the condom issue shouldn't have been something that had been embedded in her damn head when she first started seeing a young man that had a kid. That should have been something that happened. I hope y'all can hear me because my voice is really, really, really gone. Okay, so we're going to go over to Jack. They got the triplets now, but Jack has to work even harder to help support this family because they weren't expecting to have 3 babies at one damn time. And he's finding that, working harder is keeping him away from the kids. So he's missing those moments. He has to wake up early to go to work, so he ain't seeing them when they get up in the morning and helping them get ready for school, things of that nature. And and then when he comes home at night, it's so late that the kids are already in bed. And he's like, "Dad, you couldn't keep them up a little bit longer?" No, I couldn't keep them up longer. They can't stay here waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? So Jack is feeling like he's losing touch with his children. They're not going to know who he is because he's never around. He never wanted to be that type of father. I don't remember if he made reference to that, if that's the type of life that he had with his dad, because his daddy was around. His daddy was just abusive. But he wanted to be that positive image in his children's life, and he was not being able to do that because he's not around. So they wanted to plan something. I hope I'm not mixing up episodes. No, I'm not mixing up episodes. He decided to plan this outing with the children, right? And in doing so, I'm gonna tell you, I missed what happened or how it happened, but little Kevin got lost, or the children, all 3 of them got lost, or he misplaced them. As a parent, I don't know how many people have not had that situation. You turn around and your kid gone. Like, where the hell they at? They done took off in another aisle in the store or something like that. I don't recall ever having that experience. I'm trying to think, have I ever had that experience where Keena just took off and I didn't know where the fuck she was at and I had a panic mode? I don't think I ever had that experience, thank God. But I know a lot of parents, go through that and experience that because you got 3 of them with you. You know what I'm saying? So try to keep your eye on all of them, plus keep your eye on the activity you're trying to do. It's sometimes hard to do, especially if you're tired all the time. You may doze off, nod off. It happened to me in the house, but not outside the house. I done dozed off and I wonder where the fuck my kid at. There was one time, y'all, Not, I didn't technically lose her, but I thought I lost her in the house. Potty training Keena, right? I take her to the bathroom, put her on the pot. I go off to do other things. The next morning, I wake up. I can't find my damn kid. I am tripping out. I'm looking through the house. She's not in her bed. I check all the windows. I check all the doors. They all locked. They closed. She's not on the floor. She's not under the bed. She's not in my room under the bed. And then I remembered the last thing I did with Keena was put her on the toilet. Baby, my baby was sitting on that pot for 17 hours because I went to sleep. She was there all day and all night. And I know where the fuck my kid was at. Sleep. But just numb in the potty like this. I forgot about my fucking child because I was that goddamn tired. I was that tired. So, things could happen, as a parent, you're going to experience some type of panic moment in your life. So it's understandable. So Becca was trying to reassure him that, everything's everything. The kids are not going to remember that they got lost. Yes, they are. Trust me, they don't remember. They just gonna remember how you bounce back. They ended up having a big ice cream night at the end of the night, and the kids enjoyed that. Nobody talked about the fact that the kids got lost and the panic feeling that Jack was feeling. They just enjoyed the moment at that particular time. And when they went to bed at night, of course Jack is extra cautious now. He going and sneak into the room, checking to make sure they're all right while they sleep. And Becca's looking like they okay, they fine. This is the memory. The memory. They're not gonna remember that they got lost. They're gonna remember this moment, the ice cream, bar mitzvah, what the hell, I don't even know, bazaar, the ice cream bazaar that we all had together as family. That's the memories they're gonna hold on to. Becca, that's a lie. I'm 48 years old. I still remember at age 5 being lost at the Mayday parade and I couldn't find nobody. And how I panicked. I still remember that. You hold on to their memory. You still remember everything else that happened around you, but trust me, they gonna remember that shit. They at the age where they remember. Okay, y'all got any experiences like that? Something that traumatic that happened to you as a child, even though it was resolved by your parents, and you get left with a good feeling in the end? Do you or do you not still remember that memory? Drop it in the comment section for me. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to Kevin. Kevin, we starting off with him. How it was when he first moved into Madison's garage and how he used to walk in the house with her with the matching coffees, boom, 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 right? You know what I'm saying? And check on the kids. And then the second time he come around, he still got her coffees, and now the kids are having bowel movements before he walk in, so now you gotta take care of that. Then the third time he come in, the kids sleep. They already back in the bed. And Kevin is like, what the hell, why they sleep? You knew I was coming over. And she's like, it's 7:30. 7:30? Y'all putting these kids to get bed at 7:30? Yeah, I really want y'all to like 7:30? Hell no. We did. I don't know if it was just me. We kept our kids up as long as possible so them motherfuckers sleep through the night. 7:30? Hell no. No. That's too early. That's too early to be put to bed at 7:30? You couldn't let them stay up to see their daddy at 8 o'clock. It's barely after 7:30. I thought she was wrong as shit for that. We can't change their bedtime for you. Why not? That's their father. They're already living in a situation where things are not normal as a family. Why you couldn't keep them up just a few minutes to let daddy come home and say goodbye to them? Yes, you could have. That pissed me off. But anywho, the way that they was kind of basically trying to tell the story was that Kevin was still not only trying to involve himself in the children's life, he's still trying to involve himself in her life. And I wasn't getting that at first, with the exception of he buying her the lattes or whatever, and things like that. He was trying to keep some sense of normalcy because they don't have a normal family unit at this moment. It wasn't normal in the beginning when he was living in the garage, but it's really not normal now. And Madison is having an issue with, like, look here, the baby girl walked. What's her name? Francesca. Frankie. She walked. And he rushed right over after work to see her take her steps on the day she first walked. And Max was like, oh, she's asleep. You know, she sent him a video. That was very courteous of her to send a video, say, hey, your daughter walking, da. But the disregard that he's a father that wants to be there, that can't be there, that came to see and came to be a part of her life, and be like, oh, well, you're going to miss a lot. One of us going to have to miss out. And as he said, it's going to be him, because he's not the primary person in them children's lives. There's going to be a lot of firsts he's going to miss out on, so he's trying not to miss out on what he can't control. You could have kept that damn kid up. You could have kept her up a little bit longer. You could have. That little extra 15, 30 minutes wasn't going to make a fucking difference. You know, that she was going to destroy the rest of her goddamn life. But him not being able to be a part of that moment, yeah, that did something for him. That did something for him. But like I said, it all came back to him trying to be a part of her life. Madison made it all about her and not necessarily about what type of bond that he no longer has, what type of accessibility that he no longer has with his children. In the end, Kevin ended up going to hang over Kate's house. I just didn't understand that either. You know, like you said, he got all this goddamn money, he could buy his own place. But now he's living on Kate's couch. And he got the job back with the man. He took the job back with the man so he could be close to his children. And now he's still not seeing them. He's still not seeing them like he wants to see them. I thought that he was finna say he's finna fight for custody of his kids, or at least joint or shared custody. That's what I thought was gonna be the outcome of that whole situation. But it was basically a come to Jesus moment that I need to step out of Madison's life. But in doing so, you're actually stepping out of your children's lives as well. Y'all need to have some type of joint custody arrangement made up to show, to make sure that there is an organized schedule on how and when I can see and be around my kids. So when I have moments, or when they have moments like this, they first tooth grow in, you know what I'm saying, something happened, they first learn how to ride a bike, he can be part of that without Madison being in control of when he can come in and out of the children's lives. Toby and Kate. Toby's up in San Francisco, remember, he's commuting back and forth. It looks like Kate is going to be the one that's going to cheat with the teacher guy, because they're steady building up that relationship, steady building up. Is it her birthday? No, it's not her birthday. What the hell is going on? Something is going on that she wanted Toby there for, what have you, and he wasn't going to be there. He had to be at work, and then all of a sudden he showed up. Okay, ta-da, I'm happy, I'm here with my kid. And of course, she has a set schedule that the kids are now on, and she wants things to do, and she's, you know, treating him as if he's not a parent because he's not around. I'm like, damn, Toby, how long you been gone? I didn't think you had been gone that long to be that thrown off from your kids' schedules and your kids' activities. And like he said, I was a stay-at-home father in the beginning, remember? Okay, this we ain't been doing this that doggone long that I've been going back and forth to San Francisco. But she wants to let him know that things change often. Things change often with these children. You got to keep up. Basically, he got to keep up on her schedule. Is this way that she wants it. I don't understand as a parent, if I am co-parenting with the other partner, why everything has to be my way. I just don't get that. If we are co-parenting, then we should have some type of agreement on how things can move. That absentee parent should have some type of say on if the schedule needs to be adapted for a moment while they're in my care. I can't always stick to your schedule because my life ain't yours. Like with Madison and Kevin, she don't even want him to be a part of her life. So, you know what I'm saying? He needs to have his own schedule with his children. And the same thing with Toby and Kate. he's coming in and out of town, and there's things that need to be adjusted for him to be a part of these children's lives. And he's trying. But she wants to have, they're trying to do date nights. And it seemed to me as though the date nights with her were more important for her than Toby actually taking care of the children. I think the babysitter didn't show up one night. She had some recital at the school. Kate acting like she fucking singing. These are just your students. Toby don't have to fucking beat her. He don't have to fucking beat her. These are just your students. Okay? And she having this whole hissing conniption fit about the fact that he ain't coming. But he ain't coming not because he's up in San Francisco at work. He's not coming because the babysitter didn't show the fuck up and I need to be here with my kids. Go on without me. This is your thing. Anyway, let me be here for my children. And she had a whole fucking problem with that. And I had a whole fucking problem with her. I had a whole problem with all the women in this particular episode. With the exception of Becca. Becca didn't really piss me off this time. But yeah, just the conversations that she had is like she ready to throw in the towel. She tired of it, and she took the advice from old boy, the teacher. I can't remember his name at this particular time. Is it Paul? Is it Paul or Phil? Y'all let me know that in the comment section. Y'all good at helping correcting me on stuff from this season. That the fact that she can remember the small things to fight about is a good sign. It's when you stop fighting. When she stops talking. Remember that song, is it Johnny Taylor? When she stops asking about where you been, it's time to pack it up and bring it on in. I can't even remember how to be going. When she stops asking about where you going. It's Johnny Taylor. Y'all look up that Johnny Taylor song, When She Stops Asking. That's when you're worried. That's when you need to be concerned. When y'all no longer care to even discuss the things that need to be adjusted in your relationship, that need to be compromised on, that need to be fixed, that need to be praised and have joy about. When they stop talking about that, that's when this starts to be a concern. But the fact that those small things still matter to you is a good sign that the marriage is willing to be worked on. The marriage, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, the biggest thing, and Toby always comes with some form of compromise. They always come back and apologize. But it seems to me that Toby is the one that usually comes with the workable compromise. As far as like how he can make things better. For the family as a whole. He bought this big ass grill. Smoker. I wanted a smoker. I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna smoke. Maybe some steaks and shit like that. I don't even know what I'm gonna smoke, but I wanted a smoker. And he wanted to start creating family memories. So instead of having all these memories where they're apart and they're on FaceTime and talking, and she going off to the recital, he got to be at home with the kids and things like that, and he missing first footsteps and shit like that. Instead of doing that, let's make some family moments. Let's get this big smoker, have a big cookout, start doing a traditional events that we can remember as a family, you know what I'm saying? So she agreed to that shit. But apparently, that smoker is what tore the fucking family apart. Because we see baby Jack. We haven't seen him as an adult in a long doggone time. He's with his boo thing. He's on the grill, on the smoker. And he keeps having flashbacks of memories of what happened. And the lady was like, well, I can't. His girlfriend is she Rose. I don't remember her name either because she's been so long since she's been on her. She was like, I'm surprised that you want to cook on that thing. Or you still happy. You still want to keep it. Because that right there is the symbol of when your parents' marriage crashed. So something happened around this smoker. Maybe, this is my assumption, my guess, my thought. Toby was off in San Francisco. He maybe couldn't make it home for one weekend or what have you. And Kate still wanted to do the smoking barbecue event, what have you. And she invited over Teacher Man. And he's on Toby's grill. smoking turkey or smoking steaks or smoking chicken or what have you. And that got under Toby's skin because that was supposed to be a memory, a moment for them as a family to make memories. That is my guess. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. All right. The next part of This Is Us basically all had to do with Jack. And it was dealing with Jack and his mother. His mother finally passed. I don't know why I thought Jack's dad had already passed at this point. I'm mixing my storylines up because I remember Becca going to the hospital and meeting him. But I thought that the kids was already like 3 or 4 when he died. I thought that's what happened. And she went to the hospital to go meet him and he was dying. And because Jack had told her that his father was dead. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Am I remembering that wrong? That the children were already... I thought Becca had told her, Jack had told her that his daddy was dead. So at this point, when the mom is there and they're talking about the fact that they haven't seen him in a few years, that threw me off because Becca thought his daddy was dead. And he was in the hospital. And I thought, if I remember correctly, when she went to the hospital to see him, Jack had already died. Y'all, if y'all remember what season it was in, I know it wasn't last season when that happened. Y'all let me know, because I feel like I'm missing something. Like, I thought this man was already dead before the mama died, because Jack had told Becca that his daddy was dead. Anyway, you know, once Jack helped his mama escape up to Utah with her cousin Cheryl. I haven't seen her since, what was that show? They was lawyers on? You remember Charles from Medea? Charles, you know what I'm saying? Got me just making bubbles in the bathtub. That Charles, I forget what is his name. Anywho, he was on this show when it was lawyers. Was that Boston Legal? And she was a lawyer. Debbie, not Cheryl. Debbie. You know, she was on there as a lawyer. I can't remember the show. Was it? That was a damn good show too. I think that was the first time I ever seen a Native American on TV in an active, like in a role that they wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Jack sent his mama up there and they made promises to stay in contact, and you know, mama was gonna call every Sunday at 6 o'clock. But when she called, Jack never really had time for her. I mean, he answered the call, you know what I'm saying? And she started asking him how he doing, and he just like, fine, we okay. How's the kids? She want to know what's going on in the children's life. How's Rebecca? Oh, she liked the sweater you gave her. She liked the sweater? Yeah, it's good. And then, so it was just like he was real short with her every time she called. So she was like, okay, well, I don't want to keep you. He's like, okay, then bye. You know, that's how the conversation went. And they did this for years and years. You know, she promised to come down there to see the kids, and she finally came down once. But she was so worried about the daddy still knowing where she was at. It was freaking her out. So it made the whole situation a little bit uncomfortable. And she never came back, okay? Jack had made promises to go up there to go see her, and he never did in 13 years. She had all kind of gifts for the kids, you know, all kind of stuff. So when she died, he finally went there. He thinking, okay, I got to take care of her and do all this stuff, you know. He get there and found out that he's not needed, because his mama, her name was Cheryl, she had lived a full life without him, you know. And he knew nothing of it, because when she called and did that 6 o'clock Sunday call, he didn't take the time to see what was going on in her life. She knew all about him. Everybody around her knew all about him. They knew about Becca. They knew about the triplets. You know what I'm saying? But he knew nothing of her. He didn't know that she liked cats. He didn't know that she liked to read. He didn't even know she had a boot to hang. And Cousin Debbie was like, you a despicable son, in so many words. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you know, kept calling her Cousin Debbie, Cousin Debbie. She's like, and I'm her cousin, not yours. He said, but technically that still makes you my cousin, which is true. But yeah, she was not feeling him at all. You ain't been around your mama all this time. You know shit about her. Nothing. I want you to write a eulogy about somebody you know nothing about. And in a way, I kind of felt convicted myself because, as y'all know, people that's been on this channel for a while, me and my mother have parted ways, right? And I have attempts to reach out or just say something, hi, whatever to her, and I get the cut off responses, like the real short response, like I did something to her. You know what I'm saying? I was about to go into it. But I feel some kind of way because I be feeling like, if she happened to pass today, then where is it going to leave us? What role am I going to play in that part of her life? And I keep saying that I'm most likely going to have to take care of my mom again when she get older. I'm at the point in my life that I'm thinking, no, I don't think I am. And it's not because I wouldn't want to. It's just that when somebody treats you in a disrespectful manner or disregards you, I get to the point now, I'm like, fucking, why keep trying? And then I watched this episode, and they didn't even have a disconnect in their relationship that separated them as a family. And Jack didn't try at all. It's like, you don't know shit about her. And that's how I feel. I feel that way about my mother. Like when she came and moved into my house, she was always talking about stuff that I did or I do, or she'll make assumptions about Keena, and I'm like, you don't fucking know her. How can you even sit here and say this? Things like that, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of felt like, I don't even know if it's a conviction then. I felt like I was put on notice. I was like, this episode is kind of triggering in some way, because I was feeling some kind of way watching it. But the whole episode was pretty much about Jack coming into a realization that he doesn't really know her. He doesn't, and he's always been a guarded person. Why he put that space between him and his mom, I don't know. And he felt like he didn't even realize he was doing it. Because he said he couldn't wait for her call to come on Sundays. And the only thing he knew about her is that she goes end the call with, well, don't let me keep you. Which is how he ended his eulogy. I was like, anywho, so that's how the last 2 episodes went. Like I said, we're going to keep it short and cute until the next episode that comes on tonight. But the first one is like more detailed because we got to get really more into it. But we got to the second half. And like I said, it was mainly about Jack and his connection with his mom. Whether or not his father was going to show up, because legally they were still married. And he's still basically being the same asshole that he was. Yeah, that's pretty much what, there was probably a lot more depth to go into the second episode that I'm really not getting into, but that's pretty much the summation of the whole episode. We got to see them put Jack's mother to rest, and in the end finally realizing that there's so much that he's missed out on her life, and now that after death he wants to start to participate, he wants to be a part of it, and how he's going to bring that back home and try to stay connected with his children. That can almost kind of tie in with last week's episode too, making sure that he has a connection with his children, that they know who he is as a person. Yeah, that's it, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is Us, episodes 2 and 3, I believe. Maybe 3 and 4. I don't know. It'll be right down in the description section. See you in the next video. Peace.